Ye Neha Agrawal again welcomes you back to our channel iExam Beat, where you can learn 50% faster. So in today's video, we will be discussing about the accounting process, which is the beginning of the accounting cycle. What is the accounting process? Or you can say, what is the accounting cycle? In the accounting process, we first of all identify all the transactions of the monetary nature. Then we record all those transactions in the books of primary book, and then those transactions are recorded, which is known as classifying. After classifying, those transactions are summarized in the trial balance on the financial statements, and after summarizations we interpret the results thereof, and in last we communicate the results to the users of the accounting information. So this is the cycle goes on: identification of transactions, then recording, classifying, summarizing, interpretation, and communication. Now let's study about all these points one by one. What is the identification of transaction? In identification process, we identify the transactions of the financial nature, because in books of accounts only the monetary items are recorded, non-monetary items are not recorded, whatever important it may be. For example, if there is a fight between the staff members, there is always remains an argument between the staff members, so it is a big point which can hinder the results of the business, but it is not recorded in books of accounts because it is non-financial in nature. Remember, only the transactions of monetary value or the financial transactions are recorded in books of accounts. The next step after the identification is the recording of the transactions, where the transactions are recorded. The transactions are recorded in the primary books, that is the journal. Either the transactions will be recorded in the books of journal, or it will be recorded in subsidiary books. If the size of the organization is small, then we record all the transaction in a single book, that is known as journal. But if the organization is very large, in that case we record the transaction in separate books. There are 8 subsidiary books. One is the purchase book, sales book, purchase return, sales return, bills receivable, bills payable, journal proper, and cash book. These are the 8 subsidiary books where all the transactions are recorded. After recording of the transactions are classified. Where is it is classified? In the ledger, in the form of an account. Here the transactions in the books of ledger will be posted. All the transactions will be posted in the ledger books in individual accounts. It will show the account balances at any date. All the similar transactions are posted at one place, that is known as classification. After classification, all the transactions are summarized. First of all, we make the trial balance, and then we make the financial statements. Trial balance is what is trial balance? It is a financial, it is a statement showing the balances of all the accounts, the debit balances or the credit balances. It is prepared to measure the arithmetical accuracy. After the trial balance, we make the financial statements, which includes the profit and loss account, the balance sheet, the cash flow statement, notes to accounts, and the changes in the form of changes in the equity. So if we talk about the profit and loss account, it tells the financial net profits, the net profits or the net loss which is incurred during the year. And to know the financial position, we create the balance sheet. After the summarization, we interpret the results thereof, because if a person is non-commercial background, then how to interpret the results? If it is showing the cash outflow of 10,000, or if it is showing a loss of 10,000, then what does this mean? So we need to interpret the results, whether what is the profitability situation, what is the liquidity situation, solvency situation, what is the efficiency, how efficiently the business is using its assets, how efficiently the business is using its funds. So these things need to be interpreted, and for that we need use the ratio analysis, the trend analysis, the comparative statements are used. And finally, the results thereof will be communicated to the users of the financial information in the form of the financial reports, which are used by the users. The users can be the shareholders, the can be the management, the creditors, the government authority. They all use the financial information to take the decisions. So let's talk about 1-2 questions. So this is the accounting process. First is identification, then recording, classifying, summarizing, interpretation, and communication. So let's talk about one two questions. Which of the following best describes the accounting cycle? So first of all, what is the process? Is it the recording, posting? After posting, is it journalizing? No. The journalizing is done in the recording part, and that is done before posting. Second option, so first is wrong. Second is identifying, recording, classifying, and interpreting. Here it is not summarizing the transactions, which is an important part. So again, B is wrong. C part, identification, yes. Generalizing, yes. After generalizing, it is posted, yes. And after posting, the financial statements are prepared. So this is absolutely right. C is the right answer. Next question, a trial balance is prepared. Why do we create the trial balance? To ensure that all transactions are recorded in general? No. To detect the errors of principle? No, we can't detect the errors of principles through trial balance. Check the arithmetical accuracy of ledger posting? Yes, absolutely. To check the arithmetical accuracy, we create the trial balance. Next question is, in which book is the first formal entry of a transaction is made? So that is the journal. In the journal, first of all the transactions are recorded. The last question, which of the following best represents the final step in the accounting process? The final step is related to the interpretation and communication of the financial information to its user. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye bye.